Retirement was not something I'd planned. Pretty well as soon as I retired, I was offered part-time work. And so for the next 10 years, I worked part-time at many different things.
I retired twice, actually. I retired from my engineering occupation at 61, and then I started a small business and I retired again at 65.
I've been retired about 5 years now, and I feel very happy, and I'm thankful for those things that I have. I don't look at those things that I can't do. I rather take the positive view and list the things that I can do.
I was in Alice Springs just after the Think Desert race, and I got a phone call asking if I'd accept the separation package, and I was planning retirement in the next year or so anyway. So I said, yeah, I'll consider it. So and I said, look, I'm going on holidays on the 19th of June, and they said, oh, you really need to be gone anyway by the 30th of June, so we'll try to fast track it for you. So I got back on the 11th of June from Alice Springs. It was about to ring, and then they said, look, we're sending these figures through to you. I got this package, which was a year's salary.
In 2004, my mother died, and I came back to Adelaide and worked with Helping Hand in the community, at which time I started to not be very well. I have suffered from depression very badly, and I started to actually not really know what was happening to me and where I was, and doctor ordered an MRI, and when they read it, it revealed that I had a very large tumour in the left side of my temporal lobe. Apparently I was either supposed to die or finish up in a nursing home, but fortunately I came out of it better than they expected. But it's left me unable to work.
I had support from friends. I don't think I had any formal support. There was no preparation for retirement. I, of course, got a bit of financial planning help, which was very useful, but there was nothing organised. I mean, you just retired, and that was that.
I felt that retirement's really been born again, bringing a new life, really, completely different from my professional career, and had a very full and rewarding life. But that all came tumbling down with a series of negative events which precipitated my retirement.
Yes, the plans were quite well formed. I had started playing in a band 15 years earlier when I was 50, so that was well underway. I was quite experienced by 65. I did think about things like golf, which I did try out, but I wanted to do volunteer work. I wanted to be involved in the community more. So I Googled volunteer SA, and I went and did some work with the Refugee Association, which was very interesting. I also started Meals on Wheels, and I joined a men's shed. I've learned to make wooden items, learned to use wood lathes, a little bit different from my trade, and make wooden chopping boards, bowls, all kinds of wooden items. And later on, after a few years, I started a community garden at the men's shed area. So I now juggle two things. I go for the men's shed, but I also am involved in the garden.
Oh, I'd always wanted to weave. I'd started weaving as a child, but I'd never learned properly. And so I never had time, because I worked all my life, but I also had 4 children. And so my life has always been busy. After my marriage broke up, I lived alone for quite a while, but then after I retired, I met a woman partner, and she has certainly participated in my weaving in all kinds of ways.
Life's always been good to me. It was a bit of a kick in the teeth too, and the way that the redeployment was done, but I wasn't the only one, and there are people in their 40s who were virtually told, well, you're redundant.
I handle financial things relatively easily. Small financial things, but big financial things I can't handle that well. I've been accredited by their agency, by the government, to receive what they call standard 4 packages, which is the highest package you can receive. But that means I have help from ACH for my daily living and shopping and things like that. And the people there are terrific, and they leave you alone, but there's also companionship there as well. And we have a Club 24, which is where they have social events. I adjusted in that I do things for myself and so on, but I get terribly frustrated that things I used to love to do, like read, I find that really hard to do.
So in that 10 years when I was doing part-time work, I joined the Hand Spinners and Weavers Guild. And then I thought I've really got to learn how to do this properly. So the first thing I did when I joined the Hand Spinners and Weavers was to do several courses in tapestry weaving. You weave tapestry on a wooden frame about this big, and you have the warp this way, and then you weave the wool in and out, and it's enormous fun. And then I thought, now perhaps I can learn to weave properly on a loom. And then I did courses in loom weaving, and I bought a loom and took it home, and it's been my passion ever since.
I suppose one big challenge is getting used to less money. Obviously you don't have a salary or a wage anymore, and so that's a challenge to obviously budget and cut down and try to live within your means. And it's a challenge getting older because you need glasses and you might need hearing aids and things like this, and so that aging is something you can't avoid, but you can try to stay healthy and exercise and try and keep away from old age.
I'd never envisaged retirement in the circumstances that evolved. I eventually became bankrupt, and my marriage broke down, and I ended up on the pension, which I am on now. When I went into the black dog of depression, I had cognitive therapy, I had medication supplied. I also saw a psychiatrist, and he was most helpful. And within those limitations, I've needed to find my satisfaction in the life that I live, which I have.
Things that I'd possibly do in my retirement is look at doing some things up at the farm. I'm very interested in kayaking. I've done a lot of kayaking. Bought myself a fishing kayak last year.
I enormously enjoy my family. I would like to have more energy to keep up with them. I haven't said that during retirement I've travelled all over Australia camping with my partner, and we have been pretty well everywhere that you can go in a four-wheel drive. I felt after that I'd done most of the things I mostly wanted to do. So now I just enjoy all the things I still do.
My friends have remained remarkably loyal, and I have a very good family. So in that way I'm very lucky. But
also my Christian faith has been a factor in keeping me strong. And I remember a pastor telling me, always remember, John, you are a child of God. And that bore me through many stress factors so that I was able to withstand that. And so I thank God for the faith that he's given me, and which has helped me to deal with a very different life, one which I didn't envisage happening. Living on a pension and finding meaning in life, and being able to help others and live a fulfilling and worthwhile life.
If you've got reasonable health, you can do anything really within certain limits, and I found that my 10 years of retirement have been great. My idea is do what I want to do, help other people, and that makes for a good life.